Welcome back to the Pat's Answers podcast, where we ask the questions for people who think in a time when most people are not thinking at all. Last episode, we talked about flock cameras. Today, we're talking about something even more exciting: oversight. I know, try to contain your enthusiasm. Nothing gets Americans fired up quite like the phrase administrative review procedure. Now, flock and participating agencies say that access is limited. Searches are logged. Users must provide a reason, and audit trails exist. And those are all good things. In fact, if you're going to build a surveillance system, you'd better have those safeguards. The problem is this: every surveillance system in history came with safeguards. Every single one. The real question has never been whether rules exist. The question is whether anyone checks. One issue generating a debate is whether people can appear in the images. Branson's public frequently asked questions says the technology does not capture images of pedestrians or passers-by. Yet another city locally using flock technology explains that a person may occasionally appear in a photograph, even though the system is not designed to search for individuals. Now, that's an interesting distinction, because those are not exactly the same statement. One says, we don't capture pedestrians. The other says, pedestrians might appear, but that's not what we're looking for. That's a conversation worth having, not necessarily because somebody is lying, although the smart money will go that way, but because citizens deserve precise answers when government surveillance is involved. Privacy advocates nationally have raised concerns about how license plate reader systems could be misused. Investigations by the Electronic Frontier Foundation have alleged instances in which agencies elsewhere used flock cameras in controversial ways, including searches relating to protests and other legal activities. Those allegations involved other jurisdictions, not Branson, not Taney County or Stone County specifically. That's important. We should not assume local misuse merely because misuse has been alleged elsewhere. But we should learn from it, because every system works perfectly until it doesn't. Here are some of my favorite questions. How many searches were conducted last year? How many were justified? How many were audited? How many agencies can access that data? The beautiful thing about these questions is they're not anti-police. They are pro-accountability. Good officers benefit from transparency. Bad officers hate it. The same is true in every profession, including podcasting. Although thankfully, I remain above suspicion, mostly. The issue isn't whether law enforcement should have tools. Of course they should. The issue is whether citizens should simply accept the phrase, trust us, because trust is not created in surveillance. Trust is created in transparency. And if the system is working exactly as promised, then showing the public the rules, the audits, the safeguards, and accountability measures shouldn't be a problem at all. In fact, it should be the easiest thing in the world. I'm Pat Cancer, and remember, the price of freedom isn't eternal vigilance. It's eternal paperwork, and that's usually where the real story is hiding. This has been the Pat's Answers podcast because sometimes you need an adult to explain the obvious.